once we get that turnover and sort of be able to streak it deep and sort of use my size on the offensive side as well.
So I was in the car with Josh Greeno on the way from LA to San Diego, and it was obvious from that ride that he thinks a lot about game plan.
Cut hit Dieter, looking for Allen. What a catch!
That's a great catch by him. Lots of concentration, trailing edge, really grabbing the back of the frisbee. That is a tough grab. Great hands by Justin Allen.
Not the first spectacular play that Allen has made today.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Oakland, California. We are here at Laney College. My name is Misha Dariani, and I'm here with my co-host.
My name is Laurel Oldershaw, and we're very excited to have you here today for the Bay Area Women's All-Star Game between Bay Area White and Bay Area Black.
And so, good afternoon, all. And so we have the pleasure of first introducing the rosters of who is playing. So I'm going to introduce the white team first. On white, we'll have Malika Anderson, Marika Austin, Bree Kahn, Meady Chang, Diana Cherrier, Claire Desmond, Dulcie Dawkin, Teresa Fang, Carolyn Finney, Emmy Collins, Marissa Mead, Mallory Miser, Michaela Meister, Sally Mims, Lexa Stanbaugh, and Natasha Wan.
And on the black team, we're going to have Sarah Carnahan, Dara Clancy, Lisa Cooper, Ness Fajardo, Alden Fletcher, Rachel Habert, Alina Kagan, Marie Lorenza, Steph Lim, Sharon Lynn, Lakshmi Narayan, Morgan Paulson, Marissa Rafter, Margot Sturt, Heather Waugh, and Melina Wiebe.
So, before we get started, we also want to make sure that everyone who's viewing today understands the rules that we'll be playing under. We are playing under the AUDL rules. And so the terms of the rules are pretty simple, very similar to what we see in Ultimate Frisbee, but a couple exceptions. We're going to be playing with an 80-yard length, 20-yard end zones, a 40-yard width, which will be delineated by cones on the field. We have two 20-minute halves, and there will be no timeouts. In fact, there will be no stoppages of play between points. Now, while teams will have an opportunity to set up for the next pull, the clock will continue to run. The offense will have 40 seconds to signal ready, and once they signal ready, the defense will have 20 seconds. And as you know, we are AUDL rules. We're going to have refs.
We are going to have refs, Manisha. It's going to be exciting to see if and how that changes the game.
Absolutely. And so, as you know, because we have refs, we're going to have them doing the stall counts. We will see the refs being able to signal whether or not they're having a stall with a chopping motion. And the stall count in this game is 7 seconds. But again, you have to be within 10 yards, in order for a stall to begin. So a player cannot stall, quote unquote, unless they're within 10 yards of a player. The ref will signal whether or not they are close enough for the stall to begin. And in fact, there will be up to 2 defenders in the same space. But at this point right now, it looks like we have the rosters being announced on the field. So let's go back over to the field right now, and let's see if we can help with the rosters and give you guys some names and figure out if you can get some names to faces. So let's go off to the field.
Yeah.
So at this point right now, we have the black team being introduced. And again, to reiterate, because this is the black team, we're going to go in alphabetical order. And so starting from the right, we have Sarah Carnahan. Again, she currently plays with Fury, but formerly a mixed player coming over to the women's division. To her right, Dara Clancy, also a Fury player. Then we have Lisa Cooper, again, Fury player, recently came over from the East Coast. And then we have Ness Fajardo, also Fury. Again, by the way, you can see it's raining, guys. We're going to have a little bit of wet weather. But continuing on, Alden Fletcher. And to Alden's right, we have Rachel Habert. Then Alina Kagan, Marie Lorenza, Steph Lim, and then Sharon Lynn. Again, now she's of Mischief, by the way, also a Cal player formerly. Next to her is Lakshmi Narayan, also Fury. Next to her, Morgan Paulson. Now, Morgan Paulson, by the way, I think is going to be the X factor in this game. Not many people know who she is. She's coming from Polar Bears, formerly a Reno player. I'm really excited to see what she's going to have to offer. Next to Morgan, we had Marissa. I know we've sort of, oh, there she is again. Marissa Rafter, then Margot Stern, also known as Radar, and next to her, Heather Waugh, and then finally, Melina Wiebe. So, go ahead with the white team. That's right,
and with the white team, right from left to right, we're going to have Malika Anderson, Marika Austin, Marika plays for Fury, Bree Kahn, who is currently the captain of Nightlock, Meady Chang, Diana Cherrier, Claire Desmond, who has been a big part in organizing this game, so just really want to quickly shout out her.
Absolutely.
Next to her is Dulcie Dawkins.
Oh, there she is. All right, and she's the one in the black headband right now.
That's right, and right next to her is Teresa Fang. Next to her is Carolyn Finney, who's captain of Fury this year.
Correct.
Next to her is Emmy Collins, Marissa Mead.
Also known as Jolie, former UCLA player. Also look for her, I think, to really try and utilize her handling skills, especially with this two-point line that we're playing with today.
That's right. Next to her, still going down, is Mal Meiser. Michaela Meister is right next to her. Then Sally Mims.
Now, Sally, by the way, also coming with a lot of history, also an attorney, so shout out for that as well, but someone who I think has a phenomenal ability to get open, and I think underrated as someone who you need to really pay attention to.
That's right, and just to round out the roster, we have Lexa Stambaugh and Natasha Wan. Natasha coming over from Polar Bears this past year to play Nightlock. So I'll be curious to see how the mixed players and the women's players play together, as they both have extraordinary amounts of talent, just different styles of game that they compete in the club division.
And absolutely, I mean, I think one of the cool things about this game in particular is that while we're highlighting Bay Area All-Stars, understand that this is just the tip of the iceberg. There is just so much talent here in the Bay Area.
That's right. I think a big shout out to that is the fact that we have 2 women's teams in the top 8. It really says a lot when some teams from across the country aren't even making it up there. So big shout out to Fury and Nightlock.
Absolutely, and just so you know, we have 13 Fury players, 13 Nightlock players divided up between the two teams. Again, I think a lot of that will help build on some of the chemistry when you are playing under relatively new rules of trying to figure out who you're looking for and what you're going to look for as well. But again, we can't underestimate the fact that the rules do invite a different style of game here.
They do. It'll be really interesting to see if and how they take advantage of that, or if they kind of tend to play in that normal regular season kind of style.
Right, absolutely. Again, with the rules that listed the way that they are, you want a double team, because there are some advantages to doing that. And especially when you look at this roster, we have some phenomenal marks. And really the question is always going to be, does that mark nullify because of the fact that you can double team?
That's right. And will the double team kind of play towards people's poaching styles? Is that just going to be the evolution of that? Or will we see some players find those opening holes based on the players that they leave open?
Again, this is why it's going to be really fun to watch. When you have so much talent, the real question is going to be chemistry, and more importantly, who can utilize the rules to their advantage. I'm going to keep reiterating this two-point rule because, honestly, I think that's going to be the game changer here. I think the team that is better able to execute against the two-point line is the team that I think is going to definitely win this game. But we'll see, you know.
We will see. And in most regular season games, it's the defense that we kind of look towards. And today, you're right, with that two-point rule, we'll be looking towards the offense to really put in points. This game is timed, so it's about making those quick points and making them really count. So getting a couple two-pointers in a row, in 1 minute, you could have 6 points, really depending on how you play.
Absolutely. And again, for the folks at home, it is raining a little bit, but it is not really windy, which I think is a huge advantage to these throwers right now. When you don't have to deal with the wind, rain is a controllable that everyone has dealt with, has played with, and frankly is used to. And which means that throughout the roster, from up to down, you're going to be able to see these throwers, these players, really highlight their skill set. And again, especially given the rules in this game, I'd love to see, my goodness, I would love to see a lot of the cutters starting to take initiatives. How awesome would it be to see Malika Anderson, who, by the way, is standing on the sideline right now, over next to the office relief sign, but she is a barbecue player. Also, by the way, someone who's been a chiropractor. She is also working with both Revolver and the FlameThrowers and doing PT skills. But I'm excited to see what she can do. Again, for me, I'm just excited to talk about the great women that I don't think you necessarily know about.
It's true, Manisha. I think what we find is that Fury really had such a reign for a few years, and everybody knew about
don't
Fury.
Talk in the past tense.
That's right. We'll see what comes out this season, but I think Nightlock has really stepped up over the last few years to not only be a strong team that gets to nationals, but shows up at nationals.
Absolutely. But again, I think the highlight for us today is that, well, you know your Claire Desmonds, you know your Carolyn Finneys. Do you know your Brie Cons? Do you know your Natasha Wans? And again, these are players all who have substantial experience that for me this is an opportunity for you guys down at home who are watching here to really get to know these players because they are the players I admire.
That's right. And there's the first pull.
So it looks like right now we have dark on defense and lights have the disc. The disc has been centered over to Carolyn Finney. Carolyn hits the middle of the field.
Coming out in a hoe stack right now.
It looks like right now Michaela has a disc and she's going deep. Let's see. It looks like it's a one-on-one matchup. It may not stay in bounds.
Good idea, though. Not quite a two-pointer, but would have been very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, you want to strike where the iron's hot, right? And this is the beginning of the game. I don't expect any jitter. These women know how to play Frisbee. And so let's see where we can go. And we're starting to already see some poaching style.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh,
a nice
Michaela
little
nearly
pitch.
had the block, but looks like Marissa took the disc. Now we're going up the sideline.
Black is off to the races, looking to attack fast.
So we come down the middle of the field. Carney with the great grab. Again, she is just a big body and more importantly knows how to use it. It makes her so dangerous on the field.
And that lefty backhand, though, a secret play, secret throw that if you really practice it enough is really powerful to all those young players out there.
Absolutely. So we have Radar with the disc. Lord knows we want a hammer. But nope, takes the easy throw. Hits Sharon Lynn for the score. Again, shout out to my Pie Queens.
That's right.
Sharon Lynn currently playing with Mischief at the moment. But really, ladies and gentlemen, Sharon Lynn is a deadly, deadly receiver. I mean, she knows how to get open underneath, knows how to get open away. You just don't know how to shut her down because you take one, she'll take the other.
That's right, and she's got great breakaway speed too. You know,
And
you
so
can put it out to the distance and she will catch on it.
Seeing the replay right there again. Radar, Margot Stern taking the easy throw there. My hope is that she's going to remember that she has a really fun hammer. I'd love to see it come out this game because Lord knows we saw that while she played at UCLA. I mean, she could break zones at will.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll see zone today with the double team rule, if we'll just see the double team.
We'll see. I mean, right now, I'm not sure. These teams basically were meeting out here. They were here about 45 minutes early before the game. You definitely saw them talking, trying to figure out strategy. But, you know, I'm just as excited as you are to see how much of that strategy is going to be implemented or how much is just going to be about skill.
That's true. And the cool thing is that these women are so talented that they could just go between defenses, between offenses very easily. So I'm excited to see them kind of figure out what their strengths are as a team.
So we have T-Fang in the middle of the field right now. She's looking over the sideline. Carolyn Finney. Looks like we have a travel called. So again, as part of the rules with AUDL, the refs do get to call travel. And in this case, a travel is an automatic turnover. So at this point, Alina's going to be picking up the disc at the middle of the field. She has Rachel Habert as her dump at this point. She's looking downfield. Oh, unfortunate drop over there. But
That's basic rain kind of incident. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm not worried at all. All right, so Finney breaks over the middle of the field. Meaty, the dangerous lefty by all means, hitting Claire Desmond to the break side. Now Claire has the disc. Lord knows, Claire knows she can throw deep, and there it is. There's the example. She's looking for Finney, just couldn't quite connect on that look, but now the dark team's going to have to work the whole length of the field to bring the disc back. And that's Rachel Habert currently with the disc. She's hitting Marie. Again, two teammates. They've played together on Nightluck since 2012.
There's Morgan Paulson.
Yeah, and then now we have
Lisa Cooper.
Now on the sideline, Derek Clancy looks deep.
And
it's caught. Again, Derek Clancy, a Fury player. She's been playing on Fury for 8 years, and I don't think people realize she may be one of the fastest women in Ultimate. And more importantly, she has the skill set of throws to boot. And when she has the ability to throw that deep look, she will, in fact, throw it. She's not afraid to look deep, puts a really nice flat throw out to space, makes it so easy to catch.
And that's Melina Wiebe out there against her teammate, Mal Miser, both on Nightlock.
Absolutely. So that'll be a fun little matchup when you have to play against each other.
And it's nice to see them also playing together. I think once we get deep into the club season, you see these teams maybe have a little bit of competition, let's say, between each other. And,
absolutely. It's the only way you get better.
Only way. So it's fun to have them come together and learn from one another for this game.
So right now you see Black has taken a quick 2-0 lead. Carney's going to be with the pull right now. And on that line next to her, we see Alden looking down the field. So they're using a lot of rollers, I see, for the pull, and that might just be because of the conditions.
Yeah, it doesn't look too windy, but, you know, it might be hard to get a good grip on that to really get it far. It does also put white into their corner.
And there was our first example of a double team right there. Oh, Radar almost with the block over there. Now, here's the thing. When Bree throws and goes, that's who has the disc right now. She may be also very, very dangerous. She moves so fast.
Yeah.
And so now we're looking for the up line. We're starting to see a lot of connections between players.
Good try there from Molly Anderson to save the disc.
All right, Marissa picks up the disc.
Black
looking at Ness.
Right,
and again, same thing. You have someone, Ness Fajardo with the throw. That's someone who knows their receiver right. I mean, you know that Carney's the person who has the ability.
Ooh, almost a team catch.
Right. Actually, that was Marissa downfield. Again, Marissa normally handles. It's kind of fun to see her downfield. I think people don't expect it. It's something I think she should take advantage of more often.
And you're talking as her coach because she is the one undergrad on the field today. So it's excited to seeing some nice, young, fresh talent out there that'll be making an impact in the women's game for a long time.
I hope so. Again, she's been playing with Nightlock, but realize she played as a high school player as well. All right, so Malika with the dish, starting to look deep. Looks like she bets about 35-yard throw, just a little too far for Diana. So at this point right now, Slim's going to be picking up the disc. I think we're going to see another double team again.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're centering the disc over. Ness is in the middle of the field. We do have a double team now showing up, but now Diana's starting to play a little tighter man. Again, Diana, one of those players with just one of the most fiercest marks in the game.
Yeah.
You know, former Showdown player, huge addition in my opinion to the Fury roster. But also I think Showdown sorely misses her as well.
What a put. What a D. Ness Fajardo. Passing it back now is Steph Lim out to Carnahan. They're all teammates on Fury, so it's exciting to see them work together. You can see the chemistry.
Absolutely starting to pick on. But again, one of the fun things about Slim is her ability to really shake a mark. Even where there's not a mark. Oh, Radar, come on. Where's that hammer?
What a block by Bree Khan.
Again, with someone that we highlighted, one of the things I really want to highlight about Bree's mark, okay, is she starts very small. And as a result, the thrower doesn't necessarily know what she's going to take away. She has such a quick release with her limbs, and that makes her the dangerous player that she is. And it looks like we have a deep throw. That was from Ness.
Spot. And if you'll notice, that came from Bree trying to break off and do a double team. And Margot Sturt just simply slipped away into the end zone. So very great, smart play, beautiful vision from Ness Fajardo to really make it out there to that corner.
Yeah, and again, Margot Stern, one of the all-star players from the All-Star Tour this past year, her along with Steph Lim, also on the same team, participated in that, I think it was 8-city tour of recent college all-star, the brainchild of Chena Titcomb. And I think, by the way, a really, really great first step into bringing women's ultimate to a more mainstream level. And so, again, what we're really glad about is today's game to really start to piggyback off these ideas and this passion for women's ultimate and start to see about whether there's an audience. And I'm hoping for you that are at home right now watching.
That's right. And if there is an audience, make sure that you tweet how excited you are and that you put in the hashtag BayAllStars.
And at this point right now, it sounds like we have 141 people on the live stream right now. I think we can hit 200.
Easily, easily. So text all your friends, text all your team. This is the game to be watching right now.
There's the shot from
throw.
Jolie. Again,
Wow.
someone who has phenomenal throws, just great vision as well. Marissa Jolie hitting Marika Austin. Marika Austin hitting teammate Claire Desmond for the score.
And White is on the board. We've got a game today, Manisha.
About time, really, is what you have to say. Because when you look at the roster on the White team and you look at the players that they have, this should be a very evenly matched game. But again, I think the real key is going to be who understands the AUDL rules and takes advantage of it. I mean, I'm sure Jolie's probably kicking herself right now if she just put Marika like 5 yards further down.
Yep.
That would have been a two-pointer.
Exactly.
Again, it's about changing that mentality because, I mean, Jolie is looking at the right space. She's looking at the right person. But now it's that second level of saying, I also understand the AUDL rules, and I'm going to put it a little further. Or Marika, you know, milking that disc a little bit.
That's right. Maybe body out her defender in order to get that. It's interesting. These AUDL rules are really made to make the sport more exciting and more interesting for the wider sports arena. So if you think that's true too, make sure you're also tweeting that, giving us your feedback of what you think and how it impacts the women's game.
Absolutely. All right. So now we see
Ooh,
Alina had given it to Dara. Yep, and then it looks like it was a quick turnover. Now we have T-Fang picking up the disc, looking for Bree Khan. Again, that's a Nightlock to Nightlock teammate connection.
Oh,
you knew that throw was...
Oh, my goodness.
Even better
Beautiful
grab.
catch.
So that's Lexa Stamba, by the way, also probably one of the younger players. She is a UC Santa Cruz student right now, but a recent addition to Nightlock this past year. Huge pickup, in my opinion, for that team.
Huge pickup. I think what's also exciting is to see when the Nightlock players and the Fury players work together on their own, because it really shows to the rest of the women's division out there what they're going to be working against when it comes to the season.
Hey, but you know what? Who she scored against? Her own teammate,
That's
Marie.
right.
But no, it was a great grab. Look at this replay right now. Just full extension. I mean, she caught that midair. And especially in this rain, I'll tell you, you do slide a little bit.
Yep.
But it was a phenomenal grab.
Can't even be mad about getting scored on like that.
No,
I'm all about
cannot. Yep, in fact, give her a high five.
Yeah.
Something, by the way, I really enjoy about the women's game. I mean, the camaraderie, the
Very true.
spirit by which these women play. I mean, we understand that we have 2 women's teams here in the Bay Area between Fury and Nightlock, but we also, I think, have a great deal of respect. And so I think
Yeah.
it shows when you play both each other and play with each other.
And you'll see after many women's games, or even big plays like that, high fives all around, spirit circles at the end of the game.
Definitely. All right, so now we have Dark, who has the disc. That 3-0 lead quickly evaporated to 1 point. Ness going with the up line, looking deep. Oh, she's looking for a receiver.
What a D by Michaela Meister.
You know, she knew that was coming. She knows Ness, and so she knew when she saw Carney going deep that she had to play off of that. That was just a poached D in a great space. So now White on up to the horses. And now it looks like we have
Hits Natasha
Tosh.
Wan.
Yep,
Claire
hanging on.
Desmond in the deep space.
Coming
Always
under now.
effective.
Let's see if she's going to look deep. Nope. She's going to hang on to the frisbee for a
Marking
second.
against Morgan Paulson. Oh,
There's
good
Marika again.
attempt.
Now
A D
Marika's
by
going
Lisa
to
Cooper.
looking to bring it back. Now Malika has the disc. Malika swings to the open side. Now puts Finney in open field, where I think, frankly, Finney's one of the most dangerous.
There's the hammer.
There it
Oh,
is.
for the score to Claire Desmond. Still waiting for that hammer from Radar, but
we'll take it from
we'll take
Finney.
it from Finney.
But realize why that was set up, okay? Because when the disc started on the trap sideline, getting it over to the far side where there was no defense allows Finney to throw whatever she wants. I mean, she had the
It's true.
backhand, the forehand. She went with the hammer. I mean, I don't blame her. But it's one of the advantages of when you start to realize these rules and start to realize how you can take advantage of it. Hey, that replay right now of Michaela's block. Realize, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 3-3 game. This is a tie ball game at this point. And so now it's going to be the question of whether or not Dark can regroup.
That's true, and I don't think either team will really let either team kind of get away from with a big lead or anything. I think that both are strong enough that they'll be able to catch up and recuperate. So we'll see if Dark proves that to be true or if they keep kind of crumbling here in the rain.
And just for a quick update for these people at home, we have 165 people at this point viewing the live stream. Again, I'm looking for 200, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you tell your friends. All right, so now Dark with the disc, Marissa with the middle, relatively middle of the field, looking for Wah. Now again, Wah, another
what a
receiver who, by the way, really great awareness about coming underneath, is frankly, in my opinion, a really great reset for Nightlock. She finds ways to get open, especially at high stall counts. Very good awareness of where she needs to be. And there was a little quick go involving Wah,
Yeah.
looking over for Radar deep. Again, Radar wants to be a oh, that's just the water. Wouldn't worry about that. All right, so T-Fang back to Jolie. Jolie really can joystick an offense. I mean, she knows where to put her body. She knows how to look to the far side. Really good resets. Again, I think the desk is a little bit wet right now.
It is. It's still raining out there, but we have a lot of fans, so shout out to everybody here. It looks like Black's coming down in what's kind of a loose cup zone.
Yeah, it looks sort of like a 3-3-1 right now. And so really what you have is Slim marking. And by the way, something she's very familiar doing from her Stanford days. That was the role she played. And by the way, who's with her in that cup right now, or that front line, is also Lakshmi Narayan, someone who's also been a stalwart in sort of Fury's four-person zone.
And
then
forces that turnover. That's all due to the shape of that zone. That was a really wonderful zone.
right, actually well executed. Again, for a team that's just starting to get to know each other, that looked like they'd practiced that.
Yeah, it does. They were very calm, kept their position and their spacing. So I think that's something that this team is really just, both of them are so good at keeping their spacing.
And now that was a quick give go from Shmi. Again, someone who really likes to come underneath, get the disc, reset it back, knows how to put herself in a position to get the disc.
And there's the hammer from Steph Lim to Alden Fletcher.
You know, I think she took that from Carney.
She might have.
Carney was in that position. I'm not sure if Slim saw Alden or she saw Carney there, but Alden took that disc. At least good communication between the two of them. Again, both Fury teammates. Joined us. What's going on?
Yeah, so it's 5-3, Black's up. They started with the lead, White came back. Black regained the lead. Very exciting. Threw a couple hammers we've seen from both sides, from black and from white. Very exciting game. So far, a couple big plays, couple of layout grabs, some kind of miscues, but overall, a fantastic game that we've been watching.
Yeah, I mean, obviously also just a well-spirited game. You see the sideline, they're dancing, they're having a good time. They all just love to play Frisbee. I mean, that's one of the things I really love about Bay Area Ultimate and just women's Ultimate in general. Oh, Marika held on to that. I thought she was going to definitely throw that.
Good try there from, is that Finney to save it?
Yeah, just couldn't grab onto that one, but that's all right. So now we're going to have Marissa pick up. It looks like downfield.
We haven't seen yet as a couple two-pointers, so is this throw? Not
just
quite
didn't read it. And Morgan now, great grab
from
in
Morgan
the end.
Paulson. Morgan Paulson playing in the mixed division for the Polar Bears.
That's correct. Again, she was a UC Reno player. In fact, coaches them currently.
University of Nevada, actually, UNR.
Oh, my apologies. There you go.
That's all right.
But again, now you get some high fives all around. Again, just to go back to that point, it's just so much fun to play women's Ultimate. These women play for just the love and joy of the game, and I love being a part of it. And I'm hoping that you guys at home are having a good time as well, because these women are just here having a good time.
Yeah, and I think as competitive as it is out there, it's very much big emphasis on the spirit of the game. And I think both teams and everybody here is here to promote women's Ultimate. So it's really exciting to get everyone out in a very spirited event and to kind of take that with us when we go into the season, to say that we've done this together and really what can't we do together.
Yeah, and actually to that end, I mean, today did mark the beginning of tryouts for here in the Bay Area. The mixed mixers were today. In fact, we had 2 sessions. That's how many mixed teams are here in the Bay Area. They needed 2 sessions of players.
There's a lot of Ultimate players out here, so it's very exciting. Tomorrow's the women's mixer.
That's correct. And I think my understanding is we have about 150 women coming out to that mixer. So, which is exciting, because I will tell you, not all of them obviously are going to play women's, but the fact that they remain interested in coming out to a women's mixer, I think really, again, reflects the interest and desire to be a community of Ultimate Frisbee players here.
That's right.
So we're seeing the zone come out again. At the end, we have Slim up front. She's up with Lisa Cooper, as well as Heather Waugh.
Ooh, great save again by Alexis Thamba. That's her second layout of the day.
Oh, Marika tries to save it as well.
And just a little bit of an overthrow. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. After you make a big play, to always take a second to chill out.
So now here's the key, right? Now we have about 50 seconds left. Now the question is, will the dark team figure out that the time is running out and take advantage of the 2-pointer? I mean, right now we're just moving the disc around. You see Ness asking for it. I know Ness is aware of this.
You see Carnahan? Is she going to make the throw?
Oh, yes,
there
she
it
is. Looking for
Radar. Not quite in the end zone.
Not quite in. We have about 30 seconds left. Looking for the reset. At this point right now, you're already nearby. You might as well just worry about getting the score.
That's true.
The question is, do they see that there's now 20 seconds left in the game? We got a lot of little passes. Oh, cheeky little throw.
What a great layout by Radar.
Cheeky throw by Shmee right there.
Very true, but things get to be a little cheeky when there's 30 seconds left and you need that point.
Absolutely, and actually that's going to be ending our first half, and it's going to take us right into halftime at this point. And now we get to talk about, but again, just AUDL, and just the fact that they're our sponsor for today. I mean, this really is something that the FlameThrowers were really excited about bringing, not only to a local audience, but to the audience for you at home. So big shout out for the FlameThrowers.
Definitely.
For helping make this happen. As for those of you who know at home, they have their big home opener. After this, they'll be playing the Seattle Cascades.
That's right, and the Seattle Cascades feature Sam Harkness, whose video actually came out a few weeks ago about voice, and what does that mean in the men's community. So it's exciting to see today, kind of a big day for gender equity, Manisha.
Right, absolutely. And again, we saw those statements released by the FlameThrowers, and more importantly, we want to really emphasize the fact that there's just so much friendship between the two communities as well. A lot of those players that play on the FlameThrowers work out with Fury players as well. They all hang out. In fact, my understanding is after this game, there's a big hangout session planned for all the AUDL players as well as the All-Star women. Just a chance to catch up and hang out. I think a lot of what we hear with gender equity is just about being able to create opportunities for both sides to meet, because that really is what builds those bridges in terms of just, again, going back to that emphasis on community.
Very true. And I think also a lot of these bridges have already been built. we have very tight relationships in the club season. So, you know, Revolver hangs out with Fury. I actually just got back from playing in Boston, where Brute Squad and Ironside and Slow White, all very tight friends, also with Wild Card. So you see a lot of these communities mixing, and I think that kind of hopefully we see it one day in the pro leagues as well, that there are women's leagues and men's leagues, and people are able to mix and support each other. Yeah, definitely.
Well, to that end, we're going to take a commercial break right now. We'll see you back in a couple minutes.
Early recognition is critical. Teaches middle school PE classes about ultimate frisbee and cancer symptom awareness.
We're a registered nonprofit that advocates for an active, healthy lifestyle, body awareness, and speaking up if something is wrong.
Skills that, when it comes to cancer, can help save a life. Ultimate is a fast-paced team sport that's self-refereed, non-contact, and co-ed.
Spirit of the game is the foundation of Ultimate. That means we communicate respectfully, we're fair-minded, and we enjoy the game.
Ultimate is accessible to everyone. All you need is a frisbee and some friends. Our team of coaches is made up of experienced and passionate leaders from the Ultimate community.
We teach kids that playing fair is more important than winning.
We can come to your middle school and run your PE classes for the day. And if we're not in your area yet, we'll send you our clinic in a box, where we give you the resources to run your own.
Ultimate Frisbee is one of the fastest growing sports in the world.
Teachers and parents love Ultimate Frisbee.
We are Eric!
And we want to work with you and your school.
Imagine you're in a new town for a couple of days, and you find yourself wanting a bike. Use Spin Lister to rent any kind of bike in your area in over 55 countries. Have an unforgettable adventure while saving up to 40% on rentals. And whatever you do, don't forget to enjoy your ride.
Bay Area Black and Bay Area White. Bay Area Black with a 7-3 lead over the White team. Very strong game today so far. It is a little bit rainy, a little bit of a drizzle going, but hasn't really affected much besides maybe a couple catches here and there.
You know, it's funny, we still have 1:25 left in the half, but these teams are already on the line getting ready to play. But let's take a quick shout out for our sponsors right now. I mean, we can't forget that Bay Area Disc is one of the primary sponsors of this event. In fact, this is a fundraiser for them.
That's right, for the women's and girls programs. A portion of the ticket sales are going to Bay Area Disc. And we'd also like to thank our other community partners, which are Discraft, Disc Store, The Mint, JDRF Bay Area, Localwise, School Care in Albany, the Bay Area Disc Association, and the California Roll Berkeley High School team, where I am an alum, so shout out to Berkeley High.
Well, there you go. And now we're starting our second half. White is on defense. Dark is on offense. Again, we have Slim picking up the disc, looking for Alina Kagan. Alina Kagan in the middle of the field at this point. You know, I've been noticing that the White team...
And there it is. Is it a two-pointer? Oh, great effort by Marie Lorenza. Great throw out to space on that corner for her to run onto.
I know she wants that throw.
That's
you know
true.
She wants that
That's
throw.
true. Wants it again.
Yeah.
Mal Miser now with the disc. Ooh.
Just a little misconnection between her and Malika Anderson. Now, Alina picks up the disc. They're about 5 yards outside the end zone.
There's the double team now.
We're starting to see it. I think we're hearing some chants for Hammer from the crowd.
Ooh, two big layouts now from Natasha Wan and Slim to get that disc.
Absolutely. I mean, right now you see really White has to clamp down here because they need to get themselves back into this game. And so defense is going to, I mean, that's what you hear. Defense gets you back into games.
It is. Defense is what gets you and keeps you back in the games. It's interesting. Black has chosen to use a zone, but we have yet to see any type of special defense from White.
Absolutely. Oh, little mix-up right there, but Dark does get the disc back. Again, now we have the disc in the middle of the field. That's Rachel Habert in the middle of the field at this point. She's got Slim behind. There's no one covering her, but doesn't seem to want to go upfield. I don't think she realizes that she can actually attack a little bit upfield. But
there it is, through to Morgan Paulson.
All right, now Dara Clancy trapped on the sideline. Again, Diana talking about one of those marks. You see her going for that foot block every time. She's very good at it. I swear she's probably lost count the number of times it's happened. And so at this point right now, you're just kind of getting yards. You know, the clock is Dark's friend.
It is true. They can move it as much as they'd like, and they find Marie Lorenza in the end zone. So they just have to hold on to it. It's a possession game now for them.
Absolutely.
White's going to have to make not only a big offensive play, maybe get a couple two-pointers, get right back in the game. That'd be very exciting. And if not, then we're going to have to see some defense on their side. So this is the exciting part of the game, about whether or not White can come back or Dark is going to kind of stay ahead and keep rolling.
Right. Now, again, that was just a couple of back and forths, just to an IO throw. There's Marie's layout. Again, just outside of her reach, but so close. Really, though, it's fun to watch Slim and Rachel Haber, both, by the way, Stanford alums, growing up in the system that has been created by who, my God, has been coaching women's ultimate longer than I think anyone.
Yeah, there are some incredible female coaches out there in the women's game. Speaking of which, my co-house announcer here, Manisha Daryani with the Pie Queens, going to be going not to regionals to try to get a bid to nationals. So good luck, Manisha.
Absolutely. Southwest has 4 bids this year, and I think people are very excited to see what the Southwest can do. All right, so Light's picking up the disc at this point. Again, if I were coaching them at this point, though, if you want to talk about coaching, I'm talking about hitting twos and getting the disc back.
And making it quick. There's a kind of a stagnation here. There's the big throw from Desmond. Oh, what a grab.
You know, this is the fun thing about Sally Mims. She finds herself in positions that people don't expect. The number of times I have seen Sally Mims save what would have been a turn. I mean, I would owe you so much money if I had to pay $1 for all of that.
Well, I might take you up on that.
You probably could. Sally probably would take me out to lunch.
Oh, that sounds delicious. And there's the pass to Marika Austin for the goal.
Again, you see
Right
just
there.
Sally finding herself. She just tracks the Frisbee. That's one of the things. Again, if you talk about coaching, you cannot teach women to just follow the play. If you follow the play, you never know what's going to happen.
It's true. And there's a good body there also by Sally Mims. So not only following the disc, but making sure she's bodying out people on the side.
To get the disc. Okay, so now it's a double lead, but I still think Light's going to put on a show. I think that they can come back into this game. You're starting to see an awareness on the Light team of the clock. And again, recognizing we have this 2-point rule. Can we take advantage of it?
That's right. 60 minutes is a lot of time, Manisha.
Especially in the AUDL.
Especially in the AUDL. There's a big pull.
Okay, all right, so now Dark picking up the disc. Again, we see Alina picking up. They've been relatively consistent about who they keep back and who they're playing. No one's really playing out of position.
I wonder if that's played to their favor.
It may be. It may absolutely be. And again, when you talk about the handling groups here, oh, it looks like we have a call and we have a turnover. All right, so Light's getting the disc back. Carolyn Finney getting over to the disc.
This could be the defensive stop they needed.
I know. Hey, even with the rules, if you get the disc back, that's all you need.
Oh, and the double team works in the black team's favor.
You know,
Slim.
You could see Finney looking for that throw, and I believe that was Slim who got the D, right?
Yep, that was.
That's knowing your thrower.
That is knowing your thrower. And there, Black attacks right away and gets the score to make the lead by 5. It's their biggest lead of the day.
Indeed. I'm really hopeful. I mean, I'm looking at this Light team roster, and I'm saying, come on, guys, it's time to push at this point.
Yeah. What's a bummer is we haven't really gotten a chance to highlight a lot of people on the white team as much as, you know, the black team, since the black team is winning. But I want to bring it back now to the line that's out there for the white team. You see Natasha Wan. You see Malika Anderson. You see Lexa Stambaugh, who's already made some incredible plays.
Right now you're still seeing a replay, guys. So
yeah, sorry about that.
We're still getting used to this. All right, there we go. Now we're back. So we have Tosh on the line. Now, here's, again, you want to talk about someone who knows how to throw it deep. Tosh.
Yes. Very, I would say, unrecognized player.
Yeah. I mean, I also understand where she's been playing. I mean, she graduated from Santa Cruz. She played with the Eric team in Manila this past year.
That's right. One of the few players that actually had mixed experience from the women's side.
Yeah. And then, again, she even played in the Canada mixed U23. Also played with Polar Bears in 2014 at Worlds in Lecco. Oh, Malika with the little blade over to the big side. Again, taking advantage of the big side. You see Finney calling for it. You know, now she's just, all right.
Oh, but they've got Carnahan back there. Very strategic move by Black.
Very smart move indeed. Carney is not someone you want to mess with in the deep space at all.
I would love to see Desmond out there, though. The Desmond on Carnahan. Desmond making a few huge plays from the Worlds game against Riot.
Name a tournament, and she's made an amazing play or an amazing grab. But now at this point, we have Shmi with the disc. Shmi looking downfield, looking at Lisa Cooper. We're now trapped on the sideline. I'm wondering if Lisa's going to reset.
Ooh.
Oh,
Lisa. The double team works now for Wyatt. Big D by Malika Anderson.
Yep.
Finney to pick it up again. Let's see if she goes right away.
Now Tosh in the middle of the field. Oh, come on, Tosh. I know you have this throw.
Yep. Let's see if she puts it up now. No.
So now you can see outside she has
Finney's there for the super dump. Throws it out there. Is it going to hold? Oh,
just a little too far.
A little too far. Good spot. If only she could put a little bit more air underneath.
Well, I don't think actually Lexa saw that throw go up, and that's part of the why. Again, when you're playing with people you haven't necessarily played with, that chemistry really is difficult to start to figure out. This is the look I'm looking for. This is the throw I have. This is where you can go. And again, you're seeing it on the light team with the throwers sort of dictating to.
True, but they do play Nylock together, so.
Okay, fine. All right, no excuses.
No excuses. It's one of the benefits of playing on a team that you get to really know each other very well.
And here's the thing. Right now we're seeing the dark team really just exploiting this double team at this point, starting to really figure out how to find the space. They're attacking sideline.
Carnahan throws it up.
For Marie.
Marie's attacking the deep space all day. She's been deep cutting, so.
You know Carney wants that throw back. She put a little too much blade on that throw, which is why I just didn't hang. If she had flattened that throw out just a little bit, Marie would have caught that standing up.
That's right. And Black is back in their zone defense at 3-3-1.
And we're finally seeing them attack to the middle of the space. There is a hole there if they can find it. So, for example, right now in the middle of the field, you can see to Marie's left and to right that there was a little bit of space there. Oh,
huge throw. There's Diana Charrier. Is that the throw Finney wanted? Can Carnahan get there? Oh, and just too far.
Finney can take 5 yards back and try that throw again.
That's right. She wanted that one back. That's the two-pointer she's been going for all game and throws it out the back nonetheless. How exciting.
You know, it's funny. I didn't think that Carnahan would let Diana get behind her that far.
Well, clearly well played.
It's true. Yeah, someone who understands.
But a turnover really quick and gets into Finney.
Yeah, Heather Wall with the layout, but just couldn't get there in time. Finally, we see Light scoring. Again, hopefully this, breaks the bank for them and starts to open the floodgates. That's what I wanted to say.
And it's this is the part of the game where you can't wait any longer. So either White comes back and they turn on a switch that we haven't really seen yet, or Black can just kind of keep scoring points, throwing 1 point at a time, and keep rolling.
I know. We only have 10 minutes left in this game. It's almost over.
I can't believe it. This is one of the most exciting games I've seen in the offseason, and it just makes me so excited for the upcoming season that I get to see some of these players, hopefully play against them, and, these are the type of women that I really look up to playing for, playing with.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many role models here, again, both just within their teams, and I think also just nationally and internationally. Again, we have to highlight the amount of Worlds experience that we have between these two rosters is phenomenal. I mean, we're looking at Claire Desmond right now. Obviously, people know she just made the 2016 Worlds roster.
That's right.
I'm sure she's very excited about that. I know they just had their first practice weekend last weekend as they get ready for London.
Ness Fajardo and Carolyn Finney also out here on the mixed team for Worlds.
That's correct, yeah.
So,
all right, so Dark just sort of, again,
big throw from Radar to Sharon Lynn. That's the play they want.
Wasn't inbound. Sharon, if you had seen where the line was, you would have known.
Yeah.
Oh, and then just squirts it in between a bunch of defenders.
To Alden Fletcher.
Yep. For the goal.
And that's Sharon Lynn's. That's her go-to. She'll always attack you deep, so you can't really play her under because she'll take that space. But like you said earlier, you can't really take her deep because she will come under, and they pass it off to somebody attacking the middle space.
Absolutely. So, again, lead is 5 again. Time is running out, guys.
Time is running out. And I think we had to highlight really Black's movement, especially laterally. I think that's kind of what's opened them up to get these big throws and also to get these under throws. They've been able to move it on stalls 1, stalls 2. On White, you see a little bit more of a stagnation kind of coming out in the first couple of stalls, that they're looking for a throw that's not there, and then they're not really getting the next throw off until maybe stall 3, stall 4. And just that little hesitation allows the defense to really set up and to be very strong and coordinated, especially with the zone look. They're able to clamp down on the cup. If they're not going to move the cup very much, then the cup is going to stay pretty much intact and very strong. So let's see if they do it again.
Absolutely.
Ooh, and there's an offsides call.
All right. Well, so we're still learning the AUDL rules, but it looks like what's going to happen at this point is that Light gets the disc at half field. You know, if I were them, at this point right now, it looks like Sally Mims is picking up the disc. I'd drop it back to Teresa Fang just for a deep look. She's sitting at the half-point line. All right, well, she looks underneath again. She's a smart player. She doesn't want to turn the disc over.
Yep. Is there the super dump? Are they going to look for the super dump to then go 2 points? That'd be pretty fun.
Claire Desmond with a disc to the chest over there, being marked by Shmi right now. Again, another person when you talk about a strong mark.
Oh, and a huge throw from Khan to Desmond. Oh, great D by Lakshmi Narayan. Just to kind of poke it out. Desmond had to keep her toes in. Great field awareness on her part.
Absolutely, and again, that's one of the things that you know. It's a signature Desi move, right? Just
That's
being
right.
able to be aware of where she is on the field, keep a disc in bounds.
And
but
to
again,
really use her length to her advantage.
absolutely. And so at this point right now, you are seeing Light, Dark moving the disc up, but again, little passes. They're very content with just 5, 10-yard passes, not looking for anything deep. You're going to see Dara coming underneath. Alina looks her off, goes back to the middle of the field, hitting Marissa. Marissa's looking for Shmi. Again, someone who'll throw the disc. Yep, there it is. Shmi's going to throw that disc.
Ooh, great try by Claire Desmond to get a finger on it.
Marika's going to get that deep.
Oh,
no!
Man,
Is she in
what
bounds?
a play.
Is she in bounds? It looks like the refs have made the call. She is in bounds.
Wow. What?
I really want to see this replay, guys. I want to see this replay.
There's a tip from Desmond, the great catch by Wah.
I mean, also, just talk about her body. She turned her body a full 180 degrees. Marika,
That's
you
right.
knew she was coming with that grab.
Oh, man. And this is just one of those games, it seems like, where it's
Everything's
just not going
going.
White's way.
Yeah. So here's a better look at it. Marika gets a piece of it, but it looks like Dara was able to drag her feet and
That's
just
right.
stay in bounds long
and that's
enough.
why they say to catch your Ds. Make sure you catch your Ds.
Oh, don't tell that to Marika after this game.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. Better yet. All right, you do that, I'll be over somewhere else.
Sounds good. That's right. Anybody in the Bay Area who's not out here because of the rain, make sure you make it out to the women's mixer tomorrow at Independence High School in San Jose at 10 a.m. And to all the other teams out there with their mixers this weekend and their tryouts, good luck.
Absolutely. Again, this is the beginning of the season. It's the exciting part. It's where everything is new. Everything is exciting because it's all about the possibilities. And that's what drives players.
That's true.
Possibility.
Everybody comes in with last year's rust, and you can be a whole new player depending on what you work on in the off season.
And again, that's the goal, right? You want to come into every season having worked on something, having improved on something, and of course, obviously, in the shape that you need to be to compete, especially in a region as competitive as the Bay Area.
That's very true, and I think a lot of these women, particularly also people who've been playing for the Worlds, or who are playing for the Worlds.
That's the super dump?
Ooh.
Oh, Finney, come on. I
Marie
know she
Lorenzo
has that,
just hanging
though.
out back there.
Yep, she's just waiting for it. I mean, they should, right?
Yeah, definitely. If with 5 minutes left, a good two-pointer is really all it takes to get back in the game. A few of them, but
Just need one. I mean, sometimes you just got to break the ice. You just need that one to start. It looks like that was a scuba. Was that a scuba?
I can't tell if it was a scuba or a hammer. It was an over-the-top throw that I wouldn't recommend throwing again.
So here we had Jolie looking downfield to Finney in the middle of the field. If I were Jolie there, I would actually play a little small ball, get yourself as close as you can to the half-field line, and then hit the two.
And there's the hammer again from Rachel Habert.
Oh,
Ooh.
now Tasha's in the position. Now, again, right now what I would do if I was Jolie, stay small, stay small, stay small.
Set it up.
Get yourself just to the half-point line so it makes that throw easier to execute. And now you see Finney. She's starting to direct traffic right now. She's keeping it. Now we're still at the halfway line. Now you have to dump it back.
Yeah,
dump
you
it
can
back.
see everybody's looking for that two-pointer. There's a huge gap between the throwers and the cutters.
All right, so she takes.
Oh, just a little bit high over Diana Cherry over there.
But at that point, you know, you're hitting a stall 4, stall 5. You got to get rid of it. I mean, losing possession is just worse.
That's true, but I think I would throw it more towards the end zone, give one of my players a chance to run into it.
And also, just for you watching at home, just know we hit 232 people watching the stream. My understanding is I know some people are not being able to get on. We've had some trouble. But know that this game will be archived. So if you want to come back and watch this game later, you can do that. I'm sorry for those who are not being able to get onto the stream, but for the 232 of you that are watching at home, thank you for being a part of today. Thank you for making today successful.
Yep. There's Carnahan with the D. And I have to say, I think that 232 might be a little higher if we have watch parties. So keep tweeting at us, hashtag Bay All-Stars. And here is a big example of that. Carnahan with the 2-point throw to Margot Sturk going for it.
Oh, no, she's not.
No hammer, but I think that counts for something.
How long do you think she's been wanting to do that, just in life?
I would say since she was about 4 years old.
I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I could even jump that high.
We all got life goals, Manisha.
I know, right? My life goal is to be as tall as Margot Sturk. That'd be great.
Jump as high, yeah.
Oh, man. All right, adding a little style at the end. Frankly, if I were the light team at this point again, you strike back, okay? You strike back. You still got 2.5 minutes to go. You got nothing to lose.
And here's the replay.
I wonder if she lost a bet or won a bet.
Maybe. There's a lot of bets that happen in Ultimate Frisbee.
Also, by the way, we're hitting a pretty good crowd.
Sharon and Marissa.
Yep, former teammates.
Mm-hmm.
All right, looking over to the middle of the field. Now we have Slim in the middle of the field. Slim looking for Sharon, getting the disc in the middle.
Great grab.
I know.
Sharon
She's
Lynn.
a little one with a big hops.
That's right. She can get up.
Oh, and then she does things like that, which drove me nuts as a coach.
Be careful. There was a double team, so allow that to happen.
True, and that looked like...
Oh! And Marissa, Alden Fletcher, she'll want that one back as well.
You saw
Black team's
Marissa
getting
react.
a little cocky right now. Let's see what happens.
All right, again, let's see if Bree will do it again. All right, so now we're getting close to the line, right? This is about the time where you want to set yourself up for that dew point. We only have about, it looks like we only have 35 seconds to go. But you know what? If I were Sally Mims, rip it.
There it is. Mallory Miser in pursuit. Oh, just out of the end zone.
You got to milk that throw.
So the question is, do they go for the super dump?
No.
They hit Marie Austin in the end zone. And she gets it this time. Good job, Rika.
It looks like at this point this will
probably be the last point.
So this point's probably going to end our game at this point. And we now come to the end of the All-Star game. Again, as a reminder, this is the second All-Star game that has been put on by an ADEL franchise. Oh, no. Alden, you see the replay.
You see this throw again from Sally. Just a little too short.
But, you know, like I said, if you see where you know the goal is, you might as well milk that throw into that space over there. And so now everyone's high-fiving it out. Again, this was just fun for them. I mean, let's recognize again how much fun these ladies are having right now.
And really, shout out again to Bay Area Women's Ultimate, to Ultimate across the world. I think there's a ton of talented women out there that we don't always get a chance to really recognize and appreciate, and this was just one of those days. So if you want more of this, make sure that you keep tweeting, you keep talking, you keep the conversation going.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a huge Facebook group already called Women in Ultimate,
right.
and that's a lot of women are participating in that. When you talk about what can we do for Women's Ultimate, how can we do to advance the sport, both as teams and as a unit.
That's right. I think and what's fun about that group is it's women from all levels, from clubs that are not really well known to the best players of Fury and Nightlock and some of the women that we saw out there today. So really big shout out to the Women's Ultimate community today.
Again, you guys make this possible. You're the reason that we're here, and you're the reason that hopefully when we talk about Women's Ultimate, we talk about what can we do next, and that really needs to be the conversation. What can we do next? Oh, look at that.
Right.
All getting ready, taking a photo. Again, I want to highlight love. So much love between these women.
So much love, so much support.
Yeah.
And, we will see what happens next. A lot of that comes from what you guys talk about, and we would love to be here again doing the similar broadcast and maybe for a full-length game. So let's keep the conversation going on really the possibilities of Women's Ultimate out there and make it sure it never stops.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for the AUDL game between the San Francisco FlameThrowers and the Seattle Cascades. Game time starting now. Got to get over to ESPN3. Shout out to the sponsors out there, and make sure you watch. All right?
Have a great day. Thanks for joining us.
Signing out.